Okay, it says that I am live. I'm going to check it on the other to make sure that I'm up there. And give me 1 second so that I can see all of your questions. This is Gwyn Gittens. It is March 31st, 2022. Wow, we are 1/3 of the way almost through the year of 2022. Unbelievable. I will I welcome you to join me. I'm trying to see, this should be up on Gwynetta S. Gittens. It should be up on Gwyn Gittens School District 5 and also on YouTube on Gwyn Gittens. My name is Gwynetta Gittens, Gwyn Gittens, and I am on the Lee County School Board, but this is not a school board sanctioned event. This is me talking to my community and anyone else that is interested in what is going on with education and things going on in our community. So I'm just kind of scrolling through, and I do need to say that, okay, I also do need to say, please, if you are on the school board, you are welcome to watch this, and you cannot participate. You can only watch, and that I am requesting questions from anyone else. I am doing a little different format today. I will still answer any questions that are out there. Starting next week, I will put out earlier in the week any, a request for any questions that you have. You may have had a lot of questions after our board meeting on Tuesday. We had a briefing meeting on capacity and all that and growth. And on then we had Tuesday night our regular action meeting. On Monday we had a workshop talking about all the things that were going to be voted on Tuesday. So if you're out there, please let others know, pass the word that I am on. My format changes that I'm not going to be on for more than 30 minutes. Unless I have questions that haven't been answered, and then I may just answer them the next time. So let's get going, and please let people know that I'm on. It will be on Gwynetta S. Gittens, or it will be on Gwyn Gittens District 5 on Facebook, or on YouTube on just Gwyn Gittens. So make sure to join me. I have been quite busy in the last few days, and I have done quite a bit of traveling around the community, going to events, and I think everyone is so excited that we are finally able to have in-person events. So they've been making up for lost time. Today I went to Take Stock in Children at the Broadway Palms, and having previously been on the board of Take Stock in Children on the East Coast, it is near and dear to my heart. And I believe there were 39 students today, or close to that received scholarships. In case you don't know what Take Stock in Children is, it's a program. I put some of it on my website today. I went live. But it is a program to give scholarships to students that follow all the rules and attend school and keep their grades up, and they have a mentor that helps them. And then if they follow everything at the end of their high school career, they will get a full 4-year scholarship. Yes, a full scholarship. So they have a process, an application process, and students go through, and those that are selected are in the program for the whole time that they're in high school, actually, and also some in middle school. So it's a great program. Look it up. They, like any other program these days, they need donations and help and partners as well. Great program. So make sure you look that up. On the Lee Schools Foundation website, you should probably see pictures and more explanation about that. So, the meeting on Tuesday, I was saying a lot of people now are able to have person uh, in person meetings. And one of the things we were able to do, excuse me, is to, excuse me, one of the things we were able to do is to finally have recognition of students. So if you tuned in last Tuesday to the meeting, there were a lot of recognitions, a lot of students. But don't forget, we were making up for almost 24 months of not being able to do that. I went live and showed you the Cape Coral High School tag a cappella group, and they were excellent. So I showed you a little bit of that on Facebook Live in case you didn't know what that was. Then we gave out lots of awards, public comment. I would suggest that you watch the last part of the meeting because there were some interesting discussions. But let me get to the main thing for this evening. What happened? I have been asking people what oh, I see it here. Let me get the comments. What happened? I have been asking people. Sorry, we got a reverb here. What happened? Turn this down. Okay. I just want to be able to see your questions and comments as they pop up. All right. You know that in the time that I've been on the board, I have asked, what is it, what questions do you have? What do you not understand? So in talking to a few people today, the question came up about why I'm not head over heels about the Veterans Park Academy project. Don't get me wrong. I am head over heels that some of the money, hi Katie, thank you so much for watching. I'm head over heels of the fact that yes, finally there's money that should have been spent in the East Zone a long time ago is going to be spent. I wanted to explain to you though why I'm not super excited about the priority. The comment was made to me, well, you kick up so much about money being spent and buildings being done in the East Zone and in District 5, and then when they do, you still are fussing. What I am concerned about is the priority. So I decided I'm going to show you, see if I can share my screen, show you a little PowerPoint that I put together to help you understand what it is I am saying. So let's start with this, and I'll show you. Okay, so the facts about Veterans Park Academy and that project. On the screen, I'm sharing my screen, but on Facebook, I think it takes a little bit more time for it to catch up. You can see it on YouTube or whatever, but let me explain. In the East Zone in 2021, we had Varsity Lakes Middle School, Harns Marsh Middle School, Oak Hammock Middle School, the old Lehigh Acres Middle School, and Veterans Park Academy had 6 through 8, and Alva School has 6 through 8 as well. We were told in 2021-22 school year, they were going to open a whole brand new middle school. Were we excited? Yes, we were excited. Hi, Doreen. Thanks for joining. So here's what happened. In 2021, 20 and 21, that's our dog Pebbles. She wants to get in, and then as soon as she gets in, she wants to get out again. I'm not sure you can see the screen, but it's showing that it is sharing, but I will explain it to you anyway. Okay, so in 2020 and 2021, we had what, one, two, three, four middle schools and two K through eights, which meant they had sixth through eighth grade in those as well. And if you have questions, please let me know. So they said, oh, we're building a brand new middle school off of Sunshine and Homestead. And it's going to be 1,450 seats. So we were excited that we were going to get a brand new middle school. Here's what happened. In 21-22, the middle school was built, and we had Varsity, Harns Marsh, Oak Hammock. The old building where Lambs was, instead of taking students from all of these different schools and putting them in the new school, they moved all of the students from the old Lambs building to the new middle school. And what that meant was we did not get a new middle school. We got no additional seats. Now, we were told when they were building that new middle school that the architectural plans were for 1,450 students. But we were told that the Department of Education said we could only build for 1,250 because we had so many portables that we owned, and those were permanent seats. So in 2021-22, we had a new building, but no new seats because one group of students moved into the new building. So I hope everybody understands what I'm saying about that. So the next thing that happened, there was no community input on just even doing this project. There was no community input on naming that new middle school. We did not follow our naming policy that we have as a board, and we ended up with 0 new seats. Why is that important to know? Because when they were building the school, like I said, we were told the architectural plans were for 1,450, but the Department of Education would only allow us to build 1,250 because of portables. But we were told by finance that we could use the half-cent sales tax money to build out those other 200 seats or so. But somehow or another, that didn't happen. So then they said, oh, don't worry, we'll add those seats when we start building the elementary school next year. So keep this in mind. We were told we'd have a whole new middle school. There was a new middle school. They were moving 1,450 kids to the new school, but there were only 1,250 seats. So we actually lost seats in that deal. Why is this important? As they are remodeling the old Lambs building at Veterans Park, and it's now known as the Veterans Park Annex, the 6th to 8th graders from Veterans Park will go there. The 5th graders from Veterans Park will go there next year. And 6th grade moves up to 7th and so on. So we're looking at approximately 700 students or so. We don't have a number yet of the students through school choice that will be going to 6th grade at Veterans Park Academy. The building capacity for the VPA Annex, or the old Lambs, is about 1,011 students. So the impact of building a brand new school a few miles away and revising the old Lambs, we may gain about 200 seats. 200 seats in a whole brand new school and revamping or fixing up an old school. I do not think that's a good way to go. So, why is this important? What does this have to do with me not wanting a theater now? Because we moved students over, we got 0 seats. We remodeled the old school, we got about 200. About 2 years ago, I presented to the board the numbers that at that particular time, with just Okamic, Lambs, Harns Marsh, Lehigh Middle, and VPAA, we needed 2 middle schools. We needed at least like 14, 15, 16, 17, maybe 2,000 seats. That was 2 years ago. And I looked at the data, and according to the data, we could have filled 1 full middle school and half of another one. So that is my problem. In all of this time, we really haven't gained anything. And don't forget, when we don't add more seats, the existing middle schools continue to be overcrowded. And remember, a few weeks ago, we talked about at the board meeting the class size amendment. The class size amendment is that if we have more than the allotted, like if it's 25 students, anything over that, we pay a fine for. And I don't know if you remember us going over that a few weeks ago, and it was a good amount of money. So the fact that we're not building new schools to add more seats means that classes are still crowded at most of our middle schools. And when the classes are crowded, we pay for the over amount, and we also are threatening to lose teachers, because if you have to teach a remedial math or reading class, and instead of 25 students, you've got 30 or 40, that's stressful, I can tell you as a teacher. That's all the reasons that I'm saying the Performing Arts Center is a wonderful, fabulous idea. I will be the first one to buy season tickets once it's open, but not until we have student seats in traditional buildings that we need. When we get rid of so many of the portables and we actually have student seats. That is, in a nutshell, why I'm saying, do we need classroom space or do we need a performing arts center? And I will say, too, with the Performing Arts Center, the district did an article and they said, oh, well, the community will be able to hold events there and performances. Do we need classroom space or do we need performing space? We have 3 high schools within a 5-mile radius in the eastern part of, in District 5, the eastern part of East Zone. We have East Lee High School that has an auditorium that holds around 700. We have Lehigh Senior High School, whose auditorium holds around 900 plus. And we have Gateway High School that holds approximately 6 something. So if someone really wanted to do a performance, they could do so without us spending the money right now. So that is, I don't know if I shared it with you guys. Okay. Entire screen. All right, I'll cancel that out. I will post up the PowerPoint that I did that explains this whole thing, because I really want you to understand I am not against the arts. My husband and I went up to Cape just last night to see Frozen at North Fort Myers Academy of the Arts. Beautiful, wonderful. The kids were absolutely fabulous. And I can't wait until we do that here in the East Zone in District 5. But if it means doing that before we put our classrooms in line that we need and we're not jam packed with students, it's all about priorities. What comes first? A need, which is classrooms, or a want, which is the Performing Arts Center. It will come. But I personally feel that if we're doing it for the community should be involved. And as I was up in North Fort Myers Academy of the Arts last night, they're also building a black box theater for a smaller number. And the good thing about that is the community is involved. The community is helping. In fact, the black box did not cost the district a penny. There were donors and fundraisers and all of that. And I think if that's the case, we should do that. I really cannot fathom or understand keeping kids in portables, keeping them in crowded, overcrowded classes so that we can take the time, energy, and money to build a performing arts center first. To me, that's second or third. The crowding that we have, we pay for it. When we're over a certain amount, we pay a fee for being over the class size limit. That I hope explains to you, and I will put the PowerPoint up so you can see it. And I hope it explains to you why I'm not crazy, I'm not greedy, I'm just wanting to make sure that we do first things first. Classrooms first, Performing Arts Center second. Eliminate some of the overcrowding in the other middle schools, and then let's put on a play. In the meantime, we have venues that we can use already, but our first priority is educating children. And the arts, yes, helps to educate. It gets them all excited about coming to school. But our first priority is to educate them in an equitable way. So I don't see any questions out there. If anyone has any, please let me know. I will post this up and it will be up for a while, and you can add questions as you look at the PowerPoint and see what else. I'm trying to think if there's anything else from the meeting on Tuesday. One of the board members brought up the suggestion that we, the board members, go out into the community and explain why it's not a good idea to have an elected superintendent. If you watch the meeting, you will see we all were not in agreement to do that just right off the bat. And the attorney said that she needed to look into it and make sure that we were within the statutes and all that and the laws. So the comment was made that we should do that, like they went out and explained the half-cent tax and all of that. I think it's two different things. I think the half-cent tax is something that directly is coming, helping our budget, helping us build more schools, get the resources that we need, all that type of thing. This is a want that some people have. Is it a need? Not necessarily. Do we need to spend the time and energy trying to explain to people why not? I personally don't know if it's our job. I just really don't. And I would rather wait and to see what the attorney says about statutes and the rules and the laws and all that good stuff. So, hopefully, what you learned tonight is why Gwyn Gittens is not head over heels about a performing arts center. Because Gwyn Gittens is head over heels about making sure we have the appropriate classroom space and resources for every student across this district the same. Another discussion that was held was about the Innovation School. And the location of the Innovation School is supposed to be on Tree Line right off of Daniels. Why am I not all for that? Because if you've traveled anywhere around Daniels recently and see the growth in the houses, okay, that are going in, you will realize Tree Line is here and Daniels is over here. And Daniels is right here, and 82 is here. Go back and take a look at the projections and the growth and where it is. It is not on the west side of 82. It's on the right side of 82. And a school on Tree Line with all the houses and stuff going in will be full before that circumference goes out to the other side of 82. Initially, about 2 or 3 years ago, I remember Dr. Atkins and staff were saying that, oh, we're going to put all these schools in District 5 and East Zone and the Innovation School and this and this and this. And then it was decided the Innovation School was going to go in Tree Line. That's not going to help our students. And we will be busing kids still. And the other thing about the Innovation School I'm concerned about, when I first spoke with the lady whose brainchild it was not to have a mega school. It was to have a small learning opportunity for observation to train teachers how to teach all levels of students. We actually heard for the first time on Tuesday that they're talking about, the question was asked, how many students will there be in the Innovation School? And we were told 12, 14, 1,600. I'm speechless when it was supposed to be like 800 or 900. So that's kind of where we are with that. It is now about 30 minutes, so I'm not going to go on. I want to do small little pieces and explain stuff and then come on and do Q&As. Please send me any questions that you may have. You can send them to gwynnettsg@leeschools.net and just say, I would like an answer to this particular question. You can call me as well at 239-634-0164. And it's so funny. I answered the phone the other day and there was a lady and she says, you answered the phone? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. So she said that she was just amazed that someone had answered. And she's from another area and she says, they just don't even pick up and answer that fast. I want to know what you think. I want to know what keeps you up at night. I want to know what things I'm saying and I'm representing that don't represent what you want. But I won't know unless you tell me. So I'm asking you to please reach out to me, share this video. It will be up for quite a while, a couple months. and it will allow you to add questions and share it with others. Discuss what I've said. I will post the PowerPoint to help you understand as well that I am not against growth in the East Zone at all. What I am for is the right prioritized growth. And the first thing that means is schools for our students and our teachers to be able to teach the best education for our students. So I am Gwyn Gittens. I'm currently on the Lee County School Board. I am running for re-election. I want just one more term. And hopefully we can get some things across the finish line. The new superintendent on the 15th will start as a consultant capacity on the 15th of April to the 15th of May. And I know some people were a little confused about that. On May 15th is his first official day as the superintendent. So lots of things are going on, lots of events, graduations coming up. And if you are a senior, if you're a parent of a 8th grader or 12th grader, remember, we're almost done with school. It's almost over. So those papers that you were going to catch up on and assignments that you were going to fix, time's running out. Parents, check, focus, make sure your child is doing everything they need to do so that you're not standing there listening to them cry because they are missing something and are not going to graduate. So it takes the whole village to make sure that everybody's done everything they need to do. So with that, I'm going to say adios, and I will post this up. It will be on YouTube, Gwynetta Gittens. It will be on Facebook, Gwyn Gittens District 5, and Gwynetta S. Gittens. Go on, ask some questions. And one thing I'm going to ask you as well, if you are a friend of mine on Gwynetta S. Gittens, please like and follow my Gwyn Gittens for District 5. I need some more followers on there, and we'll talk about that later. Take care, have a wonderful evening, and send those questions in. Take care.